I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media, joined with Ron Sari from the Waupaca School District, Aaron Jensen from the city of Waupaca to get everyone up to date. How are you guys doing this week?
Good.
Thanks, Josh.
Good. Well, let's start out talking about some COVID stuff. And the very first thing we want to touch on quick is the COVID assistance program. So there's money out there available to the whole region, and that includes the city, the townships, the whole area, to help people out with any expenses related to COVID. Aaron, tell us about that.
Yeah, so we recently, our grant writer, Greg, who we've talked about all the successes he's had, he got 1.1 million approximately. We applied through the city of Waupaca. It had to be a municipality that applied, but it's really for the entire region. In order for us to have a good chance of getting this grant, CDBG money through the state, it had to have a larger impact on a larger region. So we partnered with CAP Services, who has like a 5-county region, I believe. And they are administering a program that helps with people that have been negatively impacted in like a housing assistance type way due to COVID. So that could help with rental payments. It could help with mortgage payments. It could help with utility payments. And we encourage anyone, in the Waupaca area, city of Waupaca, Waupaca School District, to go online and go to the CAP Services website and take a look for the material to apply for this program if you're in that situation. I know our utility billing clerk has done a great job getting the information out in water bills and things like that here in the city. You've done a great job at getting things out in community media and Facebook. One really cool thing about this, Josh, is that we applied and took on the administrative work, and our staff did, and a huge credit to them and a huge credit to our council for going after this, knowing it would take extra staff time, knowing that it's not just a city of Waupaca thing, it's a region thing. I think the cool thing is because we're the ones that are administering it, we know the most about it and we can promote it the most. So we have actually seen a vast majority of our recipients so far, the people that have been approved, are from the city of Waupaca or the Waupaca area, which we are really glad to see that people here are benefiting, and we hope to see a lot more of that. It's it'll be available for the next it's like a 2-year program, so encourage anyone to go to the CAP Services website to take a look.
Very good. And we'll keep talking COVID here. The school had a big school board meeting last night, a lot of community input at that meeting, a lot of input from your nurses and other health experts about how the fall is going to look when the students resume. So Ron, what can you tell us about that?
Well, the bottom line up front, Josh, is the board voted to have masks be optional for starting the fall. But there is a caveat to that, and that would be they gave us the authority, if things start to turn, that we can make the appropriate adjustments on the run and not have to go to a board meeting to have a vote on making an adjustment. So that's what was decided. And everybody knows this is a very emotional, contentious topic. And I was grateful that there was listening and respectful listening on both sides because people are passionate, whether you are for mandatory masks in school or mask optional in school. And it's important to listen and have a civil conversation. And that did take place last night at our board meeting. So that was good. It's good to listen to those CDC and health professional experts. They're experts in their field, and they want to be safe, and they're looking at it from their lens. And right next to that, Josh, I think it's important for everybody to also realize that we lived through 18 months of an experience in school with this COVID virus. And I would say that one of the things I learned is, I don't want to second guess that we did things wrong or right, but we were very fearful last summer. And I think we got ahead of the recommendations. I think we probably could have started in person 5 days a week instead of the cohort. That's a possibility. I don't want to go back in time, but I'm just saying, so we had that lived experience. We also went through a summer with no mask optional and no transmission. And there was little, if any, transmission at school throughout last school year. So we've got those lived experiences, and I hope that counts for something in people's eyes as they judge and make judgments. Unfortunately, people make judgments of all these decisions. We just want to do what's best. We want to have common sense. We want to be consistent. We want to be transparent and support our community and take care of our community's most precious commodity, our children, and do what's best for them.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that school board meeting last night, and you made comment on one of the two comments I have, but the fact that you guys can move really quick if you need to change the course, that you don't have to call a school board meeting. If something happens, you can move immediately to rectify that. And the other statement I heard that seemed very favorable is it's not a one size fits all, so you can individualize within the school district if there's something that needs to be handled. Maybe it's just at the middle school and the other schools are fine. So it seemed nice that you guys really have that flexibility built in on your COVID response plan for the next school year.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, we're grateful for that. We're very, very thankful the board is trusting us to handle it that way. But it isn't like we're not doing anything. We still have a lot of mitigation strategies in place. And the secret weapon, I call it our secret weapon, is that ionization system. Every 11 minutes, all the pathogens are eliminated. The virus, the bacteria, the allergens, they're all removed from the air so that our kids have that purified air. We still promote the vaccinations. We're promoting hand washing. We're keeping all of those increased number of hand sanitizer stations in place. In the fogging and frequent protocols for cleaning are still all in place. So there is still a lot that we have as strategies, and we have a list of all those strategies that we used last year that are at our disposal if the data shows that it's appropriate to pivot and move in those directions. And we're going to continue to monitor that data every day. We're still looking at it every week. We're still meeting. I meet with our county health official weekly with all the other county SNOOPs. And so, yeah, we're trying to be consistent too with the other schools.
So you brought up vaccinations, and one thing I want to highlight is the school district will be offering vaccinations at your open houses at the end of August.
Yeah, we are. At least that's what we're hoping to be able to offer. It isn't all set in stone, but
Okay.
That is what we're hoping for. In the end of August, on Monday, August 30th, it'll be the WLC, CEC, and middle school from 3:30 to 6:30 having their open house, and then the next day, Tuesday, August 31st, the high school at the same time, 3:30 to 6:30 will have them. And we really encourage our parents and students to go to those open houses, drop off their supplies, and get a chance to talk with and meet the teachers for the school year.
And then something new to your COVID protocols is on-site COVID testing.
Yeah, that's a voluntary program the state offered to school districts. And so we opted to participate as a service to our staff and our families. So let's say a student has symptoms. We would call the parent and get permission. The parent would have to approve, but we could get the test result, get the test taken right there on site for a convenience purpose for the families. They're not random. I know there was a rumor that they're random. They're not random. And some people, I heard comments that, is the school making money off of this, or is the school investing revenue into this? And it's not. It is at no cost to the school district, and we are not making any revenue off of this. It was just the state offered it to school districts. We're one of, I don't know how many across the state that are going to participate in this program, just to try to help families.
So shifting gears a little bit to another big topic, downtown Waupaca, progress is continuing on Main Street, and I think they've been having pretty good luck in the past week or so with weather during the daytime hours at least. So Aaron, what can you update us on that project?
Yeah, even though it's rained a ton lately, it looks like we're going to get
at night and on the weekends when they're not here, so that kind of works out good for the project.
Right. Yeah, no, good point. They're making good progress on South Main Street, and North Main Street is back open. Encourage everyone to go and shop at those stores, and not only shop at all the stores, but also just kind of come and take a look at what's going on, not only from an infrastructure standpoint and the amenities, but also, if you walk up and down North Main Street, you'll notice a lot of kind of businesses that are on their way or coming. And that's a part of that. I think, well, it's a part of, I think, everything going on here. I think there's a lot of people excited about the infrastructure that's been put in, the business incentive program, just the kind of the direction of downtown revitalization. And we're excited about it. Just to talk on some of the amenities that everyone's seen, the flowers and some of those little things, though. I know our street superintendent just put in some decorative kind of street signage. It's black and kind of classy looking. The only area you'll see that in town. And then also some decorative trash receptacles came in, and also the benches, which look awesome. They turned out better than I could have imagined. And we thank the Waupaca Foundry and Alliance Industries for their partnership and providing those to the community at no cost to the city or city taxpayers. And they turned out fantastic. They've got Waupaca logos on them, and I think they'll be timeless as far as their kind of style. So it's exciting. Again, if you haven't come down, come take a look at North Main Street, and hopefully we can keep up the progress at this pace on South Main.
So as we shift gears back to the schools, Ron, you've had some recommendations made to the school district on physical security that may affect pick up and drop off of students starting in September.
Exactly, Josh. Thanks for bringing that up. I don't know if you remember when I first was hired back in 2019, just a couple of years ago, we started the school year and there was a physical threat. And so after that took place, we ended up having an outside safety auditor come in and do a safety audit of our facilities. And then also the Department of Justice, we worked very closely with them. And organizations made recommendations to the district on how to improve safety. And COVID ended up hitting in March that same school year, and we were just about to implement these additional safety precautions, and COVID hit, and then all the doors were locked. But one of the big things they said is in the mornings when parents are dropping children off, they had the access to come into the building and walk around. And the Department of Justice and the auditors said, that's not safe. You need to know who is in your building at all times and where they are and when they're there and when they're not. And so they recommended that the parents drop children off outside, and then the kids can go in, but the parents don't enter. And so that will be happening this year. And I know that's a little frustrating for parents, and I understand where they're coming from. I can really empathize with that. And but I hope they understand it's for our children's good to have that sort of practice in place. People can still come into the building. They would get buzzed in and have to check in at the office. One of the other things that we're doing in the board meeting last night, there was some money being shifted into Fund 49 accounts, is we are going to have to start remodeling our entryways in all 4 of our schools so that when visitors enter, they have to go through the office to register. Right now in all of our schools, when they get buzzed in, they don't have to go to they're supposed to, but if they don't want to, they could just take off, and so that is a focus that we'll be talking about in the future with these remodeling projects that we're going to start working on here in the upcoming year.
Okay. And we want to close out. The city's community and economic development department's been pretty busy, influx of new homes and businesses going on. And with that, you're adding a new position. So tell us about that.
We are. So at next week's council meeting, next Tuesday, we have on the agenda to have council approve the mayor's appointment of a new community and economic development director. We're excited. We think we have a really good candidate. That person's supposed to start the day after Labor Day, September 7th. We look forward to introducing them to the community, having them take a look at our processes and making them always increasingly customer friendly. And seamless for the people working through projects, whether they be large commercial projects or residential, just putting a deck on the back of your house or something like that. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of years. We just got population numbers. Ron, you'd probably be interested in this. I just heard from the Department of Administration. this would be 2020 population estimates. It was over 6,100 for the city, which if you actually, I know everyone knows the signs in town say 6,069. Well, that was from like a previous census in 2010. But the actual estimates, like 2018-19, were sub 6,000, so 5,900 and some. So that 6,100 plus means we're growing, which is great. That's what we need to do to be sustainable. There was just in 2020 alone 70 new housing units added. So that doesn't even count the 2021 numbers that we're currently in. So we look forward to seeing those. So good trends overall. And those are the reasons that we will be talking about appointing a new community and economic development director on next Tuesday and starting early September. So we look forward to adding another member to our team. That's already fantastic. So
that's terrific news, Aaron. Boy, that is great. That work that you're doing with increasing the housing availability, I just hope they all, well, I know they all won't have kids, but I hope they come with some kids in those houses to send them to our school district.
That's right. That's what we're telling people. Have kids.
Well, Ron, Aaron, thanks for the update. A lot of big topics going on right now, and good to get this information out to our community.
You're welcome. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh.